What's going down? This is TK coming at you again with another opportunity for you to change your financial future. And today I want to talk to you about program perception. Because when you interact with other people on this planet, 9 times out of 10 they will argue with you about what perception they feel is not programmed. But that argument only exists because of the fact that the general public does not understand they're on a chessboard. They don't even know that they're in a game, and that chessboard is being controlled by forces outside of their own. So to say that is to be labeled what the media or the TV gave you to combat people who don't fit the program mold. So you're either arguing with somebody who negates the fact that they're in a game, or you're arguing with somebody who has been given something from television to fight those who don't act like everyone else. Because the weapon of mass destruction, to use their words, is television. There's advanced psychological warfare that goes on a mental level and on a spiritual level. And a lot of advanced sorcery is used to control the masses or control people's perception in the way that they respond, think, and act. There's millions of dollars that's spent to control the public mind. It's been stated that we don't want a nation of thinkers, we want a nation of fast food eating followers. And if you think about it, and you be honest with yourself, that's what you are. You are I don't want to use the wrong words here, you are a follower, and I want to be accurate in the description. You are a processed food eating follower, because a lot of the food we eat has zero natural content, and the term natural has lost its definition in terms of God's intent. Was what grew from the earth was considered natural because man didn't make it. So if you want to use a distinction or differentiality between natural and unnatural, it is something that man made, or something that, if you don't believe in God, something that man didn't make. So that's my distinction between natural and unnatural. And that when you consume food that is unnatural or that is made by man, and it comes out of a laboratory, meaning it's processed, or it's modified, meaning it's a GMO, then there's repercussions to that. People don't align the malfunction of the body, disease, with the malfunction of food, or the lack thereof, that we put into our body. Because what the average person can't seem to understand, because of their program mindset, is that food is fuel, just as fuel is to a car. And the purpose is to break down and utilize what is needed from the food so that the body can still function. But if everything you put in your body is chemical, is processed, there's not much breakdown that happens. So I'm going to leave that conversation right there and get back to the original topic of having a program mindset, not understanding that there is a hierarchy. Like they say in rap, there's levels to this game. And if you're not on my level, how you going to understand what's going on, right? You won't even accept that there's levels to the game, much less believe that you're in a game. Okay? So that's what I'm going to say about that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down the hierarchy that you don't believe exists. It's the same thing in colonial times where you had royalty and then you had sub-layers of royalty, you know, and the closest you were to the king, the closest you were to having benefits that came with your life, you know. But the same concept applies in today's world. It's just now it's unseen. But that same hierarchical structure that was in place during the medieval and colonial times is the same hierarchical structure that's in democracy. It's just that it's unseen, untalked about, and it happens behind the scenes. So the average person doesn't know, won't believe, and doesn't understand. But if you look at the hierarchical structure of the colonial times, the same thing exists today. You can just replace the names with different ones. Different societies, different groups, but there's still that same top-down structure. So when they say you're in a game and you don't know that the pieces are being pulled by somebody else, what they're referring to and what I refer to is the fact that money has influence within democracy. So the power or influence that comes from the money is what motivates people to do things behind the scenes that you're not aware of. And that is always the facade of democracy. The facade of democracy is that money can influence people to do things and sway any given situation to a given side. So the purpose is to understand democracy, understand money within our democracy system, and then by knowing the monetary system, you can utilize it more effectively so that you're playing within the rules of the game. They say that, you know, if the exemption for the super rich is they know the rules of the game and they're able to play more effectively. So if you are middle class and below, poor and completely off the grid or off the uneducated scale, then how are you ever expected to succeed in life when you don't know the rules to the game? So what I'm trying to do is get people to wake up, understand the monetary system, empower them with information they may not be exposed to, and then give you the ability to make different financial decisions for the future. So take this information with however you want to take it, okay? And hopefully you'll get to the point where you can elevate your financial IQ and begin to utilize some of the ACE cards or some of the rules more effectively so that you can play better. Because that's what the super rich do. The super rich, they know how to use the monetary system to their benefit. You know, information that you don't have, you can't use, okay? When you talk about generational wealth and how do you create generational wealth, and then you talk about effectively creating money, okay? Because I'll put it this way, there's two different types of educational systems. You were taught, as a poor person, you were taught to learn a skill and then go get paid a wage equivalent to the skill that you learned, right? Super rich, 1% wealthy, they're taught you can generate income by hiring somebody who has a skill and paying them a wage, or you can put your income to work or put your money to work to generate another income. So those are the two ways that super rich people are taught, as opposed to how poor people are taught. There's two ways to generate income, is what rich people are told. You can hire someone with a skill to work for you, to utilize wages, and that will generate you money. Or you can put your money to work, and your money will work for you to generate you more money. See, those are two different ways to think. And what I'm trying to tell poor people is get on the super rich side, because it works more effectively than what they taught you.